Hello everyone and welcome once again to MMOFTW. I am Bill Murphy and I want to give you all a fair warning that my air conditioning is out as of this taping. So if I start sweating profusely and it's just dripping bullets down my face, it's not because I was watching Cops, but rather because I'm still waiting on the service guy to get his ass over here and recharge my Freon. This week we're going to be covering news about End of Nations closed beta, why Smite has Hindu leaders upset, how Diablo 3's developers view their endgame, Vanguard's free-to-play details, and how Twitch and Alienware are going to help give 5 lucky kids the ability to pay for college. We'll also talk a bit about MMO housing and why it seems to be dying out. Someone give me some ice to put in my pants, because this is MMO FTW.
Hey guys! Big goals, huh? Alright. Well, see you later.
First up on the docket, our friends over at RTSGuru.com were privy to the announcement that Trion's End of Nations MMO RTS will begin its closed beta later this month. The first event will run all weekend from July 20th until July 22nd. You can sign up for the beta at endofnations.com, and apparently if you buy into their founders program early, you can guarantee your access for this test and all others leading up to launch. Head on over to endofnations.com and check it out. Smite is a game from Hi-Rez Studios where players control one of many deities ripped from humanity's past and present, including several from the Hindu faith which is still actively followed today, such as Vamana and Kali. Recently, Rajan Zed, the president of the Universal Society of Hindus, came out with a statement urging Hi-Rez to remove the Hindu deities from the game. Hi-Rez's Todd Harris responded rather coyly, stating that going forward, Smite will include even more deities, not fewer. The issue is still at a boiling point with Zed, but it looks like Smite won't be losing its Hindu gods anytime soon. Head over to rtsguru.com or mmorpg.com for more details. Next up is Diablo III, a game that we all very much love here at mmorpg.com, but we acknowledge its faults, such as it ends. And Diablo 3's own developers came out and freely stated this week that they know the gear hunt is not a sustainable endgame. Micah Bashiak-Whipple, the community manager, stated on the official forums, "Honestly, Diablo 3 is not World of Warcraft. We aren't going to be able to pump out tons of new systems and content every few months. There needs to be something else that keeps people engaged, and we know it's not there right now." Hey, Bashiak, maybe we'll get lucky and PvP will come out before the end of this century. It could happen. Make it happen, please. It would be great. Anyway, we're moving on, right up to Vanguard Saga of Heroes. The last of the old subscription games from SOE's stable announced its plans for free-to-play conversion this past week, or rather it announced more concrete details on how that transition will happen. So while the new plan gives free players access to the full level range, 6 of the races, and 7 of the classes, it also has a ton of limits to things such as item usage, gold carrying, and even general chat. Paying the $15 sub fee will get you full access to everything. You can see how that balances out. Additionally, we found out late in the week that Brad McQuaid, the original lead on Vanguard and the original head of Sigil Studios, has rejoined SOE and is actively developing the game once more. It's definitely be an interesting week for Vanguard, and we'll keep you posted on more news as it develops. And lastly, for the major stories of the week, we wanted to give a special mention to our friends at Twitch.tv and computer makers Alienware, who are partnering to award 5 lucky college students with $10,000 in scholarship funds. All you have to do is not suck as a student, that's maintain a 3.0 or better GPA, and be awesome as a gamer at the same time. What does that awesomeness include? What does that awesomeness include? Head on over to twitch.tv/p/scholarship for more details on how to apply. And lastly, before I get out of here and go sit in a tub full of ice water while sipping iced tea and chewing on ice chips, let's talk about this week's community spotlight. MMORPG.com user MMOExposed, all one word, asks why we all think housing seems to no longer be a priority for developers. For my own 2 cents, I can say that I've never really enjoyed housing in any MMO because I don't think I've ever really seen it add much to the actual gameplay. Now, I wasn't a Star Wars Galaxy player, but I know just how awesome the fights and battles were over player-made towns in that game. But lately, housing seems to be more as just a trophy display case, which just doesn't butter my own personal biscuit. If you give me a reason to care about my house, or give me a reason to care about my guild's house, aside from as a way to show off my shiny achievement whoring, then I'll get interested. On the other hand, if a game is truly built as a sandbox where players make their living in a world and aren't just the hero of legend, then housing becomes paramount. Maybe the real question should be, why is the sandbox no longer a priority? Well, that'll do it for this week, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of MMOFTW. Remember, you can follow us on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at MMORPG.com. That's minus the dot. As always, of course, because I can't not say it, don't let a bad pug get you down.